Hello Wizards, Warlocks, and Warriors, welcome to Multiverse. So Dragon's Dogma 2 is almost here. So I thought before we start covering it, we could take a quick look at the first Dragon's Dogma and talk about it at least a little bit. So let's get this party started. Sadly, when I first played this game, it was way back when on PlayStation 3. I did try to play on PlayStation 4 for a bit. I even toyed with the idea of making videos about it, but sadly at the time when I tried that, basically at the time Capcom was systematically copyright claiming pretty much any videos that were about their games. They're probably still doing the same thing, but for Dragon's Dogma 2, we'll bite the bullet, and we'll make videos even if they risk being copyright claimed by Capcom. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. So let us start new game. Oh yeah, I forgot we started with this tutorial.
Have you a light source?
So here we could equip our lantern. It was a pretty cool idea at the time. I'd seen torches in various games.
Just beyond. We should hurry.
I'd seen the torches in previous games, but having a lantern like that at the waist, I don't think I saw that before this game.
The final station of our It shows itself. It's beyond imagining. Mind the edge, Master. Come. Goblin! A fall here means certain death. Now, attack!
Sometimes your pawn will help you. It'll hold an evil enemy so that you can attack it. Oh.
Gateway to the rift. Here. Arisen. Go and touch that stone.
So this here is the invoking stone that in the game will allow you to be able to summon pawns.
Our kind is ever ready to fight by the grace of your guidance.
The dragon for certain.
The first time I played this game, this tutorial, never summoned the pawns. I just continued with the one pawn we have when you get started. So you can give orders to your pawns using the D-pad.
Let me see. Heading out.
Very well.
I'm on my way.
On my way. That's it. Look, he's here.
We have triumphed.
Stay ever ready as we advance. Come, Master.
Oh, there we go.
Are there no other survivors?
Sadly, I'm used to playing other games, so the picking up option is on the X button usually. So it'll take me some getting used to. Ah, my pawns went way ahead of me. I'm so sad now.
Come, Master.
A goblin.
I sense another
I want
mighty.
you fire's Strike now. Right this way. Did it. Come, Master.
More bodies.
For a tutorial, it's a pretty fun mission after all.
There, Master. Snow Strike it when in a light. Strike! Let the harpy sing!
The flying beast arisen!
Evil harpies.
Monsters have made a shambles of this place.
This way.
We're gonna have to jump down, I guess.
Be wary.
I have to admit, it's been a while. I forget if we can get some falling damage. I've gotten used to playing this Universe Online. I've been playing this Universe Online for 12 years. So it's kind of weird sometimes to get into another game that doesn't quite work quite the same.
Strike it when it
The
alights.
blood to ice.
I miss having my bow.
Before they can use their voice.
It hates fire!
When I played Dragon's Dogma, I had a character that was using a bow. Well, not just a bow, but I had a bow weapon with my character. And I kind of miss using that.
We cannot suffer the worm to work any further atrocities. I shall restore your health. Hold on.
Snow Harpy.
Don't let them drag you off! I have it!
I'm on my way.
I'll aid you at once.
Leave it to us. It's within
Sometimes some of your NPCs, some of your pawns should be able to attract the harpies down.
It's a troubling foe. Survivors.
But I much prefer to have a bow so that I don't have to rely on my pawn for the harpies or for any other flying beast for that matter.
Let the Harpy see. Rain steel upon it.
So you can see our friend here is holding it.
Slay them before they can reach their voice!
Also, you can grab certain items. Nah, it doesn't work.
Leave it to me.
Let's hasten to the dragon's roost.
Ah, there we go.
Our goal is ahead.
Arisen! This way, sir! The worm awaits beyond, sir. I should be proud to guide
Feel
you.
it close by, Arisen.
We'd hidden away
Stay
here,
ever ready as
for
we
fear of
advance.
the beasts all around.
We cannot suffer the worm to work
Arisen!
any
This
further
way, sir!
atrocities.
Our army is routed. 'Tis plain truth. Beyond that grand door, the dragon makes its roost.
Stay ever ready as we advance.
That's what I was waiting for. The boss fights in this game are pretty awesome. At the time, I had not seen anything like that. Like, you can literally climb. Like, you can grab the NPCs and climb on them. In the case of the Chimera, you can attack specific parts. So you could try to, let's say, cut off the snake head. The snake head does poison your character.
The lion's head!
So you could try to specifically attack the snake head, attack the goat head. Oh yeah! As you see, we did cut off the serpent head. Now let's see if we can get rid of the goat. The goat is a bit annoying, so that's why I want to get rid of it. Doesn't matter. We'll get there. We'll get there. Almost there. Stay on target. If the goat doesn't come to you, go to the goat. Almost there. I can't attack it. When you climb on the beast, it does use a lot of your stamina. And you need stamina to attack or to run. Nah, it's okay. We'll be fine. Oh, someone went down. So when your pawns fall down, you can raise them up, and ideally they should be able to raise you up as well. Almost there. Oh yeah.
Now choose, flee, or step forth. Take hold of what lies beyond. Claim mastery over the eternal ring.
So after the tutorial, obviously you can create your character. You can create your character, and also you can create your pawn. And one of the fun bit with this game was that you could use other people's pawn. But not just other people's pawn, but you could use, let's say you have friends that actually play the game, you could use the pawn of your friends. And the pawn of your friends will gain experience based on the adventures you have with them. And also they will gain whatever gear and equipment you give them. They will gain that gear and equipment in your friend's game. So it was a fun novelty to be able to technically sort of play with your friends without actually playing with your friends. Although there is one map at some point that they've added where you fight a big evil dragon, a sort of elder dragon that you can fight with a whole bunch of other players. Now I am kind of boring, so I'll use the base body. So this is my character in Dragon's Dogma 1. We should be able to start playing Dragon's Dogma 2 in about 2 days if all goes well. I did the download earlier today. We were able to download the game earlier today, but there is a timer saying that we still have to wait until the game is ready to play. So early on you can choose your vocation. So you can choose between fighter, strider, and the mage. I usually go for rogue type characters. I love playing rogues, so let us go with the strider. Yes, I will take this vocation. The one thing I didn't like way back when was maybe the managing the inventory. So for weapons, I'm using daggers as weapons. I love a character that uses 2 daggers. I've done that in many games. Love that. And as I did mention before, there is the bow. So whenever enemies that are flying like the harpies would appear, I would use the bow to fight against them, as opposed to relying on my NPCs to try to pull them towards us. And I seem to recall we have a pretty big map to explore. So here obviously we have the map of the city. So there's the area over here. And there's the whole, let's say like the whole continent. I've seen people who complained that it was a pretty big area to explore. Like basically early on, you have to run everywhere. You have no choice. And very often you'll have to run back and forth. You'll have to run to, let's say, the other city. And then you'll have to run back here. And early on, yeah, I suppose it can be a bit annoying for some people. I didn't mind the traveling myself because on your way, you always meet enemies. So it's not like you're just traveling and you're fighting enemies. Although, for some people, maybe that was the annoying part, was that you never really clear the area. Like, there's always enemies that respawn. But very quickly, you can get some sort of stones that allows you to teleport. I forget the actual name. But at some point, I pretty much had the whole continent covered in those stones, so I could pretty much teleport anywhere I wanted to. So this is the town you start in. Just exploring the town will keep you busy for a bit. Although there is a boat, I don't know if you can do this early on. When I did that the last time, my character was pretty high level. But at some point you can take a boat to go to some island for basically the expansion. And there should be also a stone somewhere over there. Let's go there. So as you can see, you can pretty much run with your character. And when you're in town, running doesn't take any stamina. But after a while, once you get outside of town, sadly running will use some of your stamina. So you will only be able to run for a short while before your character gets out of breath. I could have sworn that stone was over here somewhere. Maybe you only have access to it a bit later in the game. Doesn't matter. I could understand not having access this early because right now your character is pretty much weak as a kitten. I might make a playthrough with Dragon's Dogma at some point, but in 2 days we will have access to Dragon's Dogma 2, and I have to admit, I'm dying to try it out. So odds are we will play Dragon's Dogma 2 first. But then once in a while I might still play Dragon's Dogma. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see for that. If you've never played Dragon's Dogma, I would strongly suggest play Dragon's Dogma 1 first. There's some really cool surprises, there's some really cool plot twists. And if you really want to, you could play Dragon's Dogma forever. A bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to know, maybe skip a few minutes. Basically at some point there's just sort of a bottomless pit that you can fall through the pit, and there's always enemies to fight through the pits forever if you want to. Actually in the open world as well, come to think of it. The enemies do respawn in the open world. So you could travel around in the open world and fight enemies that respawn if you wanted to. So there you go guys, so this was a quick intro to Dragon's Dogma. Again, in 2 days we will have access to Dragon's Dogma 2. It's been 12 years since we got Dragon's Dogma 1. I have to admit, I never thought we would see the day when we would see Dragon's Dogma 2, but here we are.